Let's see. Comments are gonna come in. Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to another Monday night. Let's see. I know Gene's in the house, Jeff G's in the house, Chris Feder, Dusty, Daryl Rogers, John Tucci, Slockout 2021, DeLeon. Let's see. Cyberg's in the house. How's everyone doing? Let's see. Hey, it's like a Wildman's here. The Fingers is here.
Wow.
Big crowd already.
Yeah.
Yep.
Many
All
rounds.
good.
It's 27.
Hell. All right. Well, a bunch of you guys are here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're here with the usual suspects. We got George, Marty, Danny, and a new face. We got Michael in the house. Michael is not got his YouTube channel yet, but probably will be coming soon. But you know what? We'll let you introduce yourself, Michael, and tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, Michael Squire. I'm from upstate New York. Exciting.
Welcome, Michael.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Welcome.
Haven't been slot carring for too long.
You sure could have fooled us. You used to look like an expert right now.
Yeah, started playing with the scratch build stuff and having fun there, sending my builds to Harry's track, and that's fun. But got a handful of ready to run stuff, but not as many as most of you guys. I think maybe I have 20 cars. I don't know.
You're building. You'll get there a lot, trust me.
Yeah. So
You're one
what
of our
got
breakout guys that really broke out and built. That's rare to see. So thank you. We appreciate you doing that. That helps the scratch building, move along.
Hey, it's fun.
So tell me about why you got into scratch building. What drew you in? What was the first car you scratch built, etc., etc.
So I found the home racing world because I had a bunch of old slot cars. I got them in 2003, I think, the Trans Am set. Didn't use it for a long time. The tires got dried out. So online searching brought me there and to fix my car, and just started browsing and watching the stuff. And I saw those challenges that Harry was doing and people building these brass chassis cars, and I thought, well, I know how to solder, sort of, and looked like fun. And when he came up with the Beach Racer series, I happened to have a model that I thought would work, so I said, what the heck, and I made one. So, and that was my first scratch build car. George probably remembers it, the 63 that spent more time on its roof, but so that was fun. I don't know. It came out pretty good, and went from there. Nice. And I'm still, I don't know. I got 3 or 4 in the works right now.
Okay. So how long ago was that? Like, when did you do your first scratch build?
That was last year.
Oh.
So, number 2 was the purple 55 Chevy that was just at the last ones, and it did pretty good right up until it broke its rear gear, and after that it didn't do so good. But
that thing ran real well. It was
yeah,
really car.
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't know. I just built it, and I don't have much of a track to test them on. I threw together a very short Carrera oval to just kind of make sure it went around in circles.
That's good enough.
Right.
So yeah, I was happy to see that it stuck to the track on the wood oval. So yeah, maybe someday if I can get the space, I will do the same thing George did and fill a room with an oval.
Yeah, George has filled a couple rooms with different things.
Yeah.
Have you seen George retail shop? He has one.
I have seen his pegboard full of parts. Yes.
Yes.
I know. I get my parts as I need them in small orders, but
that works too.
oh yeah.
Right.
So prior to slot cars, did you do any other hobbies? Like, I mean, picking up a scratch building is not something you just pick up in a year. So tell us about like what led you in. Like, obviously, you were fascinated by the cars. You saw the cars. You had some cars, but you must have had other hobbies before coming into slot cars.
Yep. When I was a kid, I did build models, so 1/25th scale. And I actually had a bunch of unopened ones that somehow I bought and never used, so they may end up being slot cars soon. So I was into modeling, and we did have slot cars when I was a little kid. We had a HO set back in the 70s already. Wore out the brushes and didn't ever get any new ones because we lived too far from the hobby shop. But so I kind of always liked slot cars, just didn't have many of them. And I've always been mechanically inclined. One of my odd hobbies is I collect and fix antique outboard motors. So I like messing with stuff.
Right.
And I've soldered electronic stuff, not very good at it, but so I figured, well, if I could solder those together, I could solder a couple sticks of brass together. So.
Yeah.
And I have a degree in design, so that kind of helped with the planning of chassis, industrial design.
It works.
But yeah, forgot about that. That's been 40 years ago. It's an old degree. But, yeah, so I like playing with stuff, bicycles, anything that moves and you can play with. And slot cars are great because they don't take up so much room.
Yeah.
Right.
Eventually they do.
Well, yeah.
Eventually they will. Trust me. You're headed down there.
Yeah.
The slot car itself doesn't take a lot of room. What it runs on takes a lot of room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Could use a good track. And actually, for years, I ran a business making graphics for full-size race cars. So I've always been into cars, and racing, and that kind of stuff. So,
Okay. So liveries and all that, that's pretty, you got a good handle on that. It shows with the work that you're showing so far. You had a good sense of livery design and stuff, which I'm learning is an art form in itself as well. So really good to see. So what are your plans for the future? Where you want to take this? Have you thought about it?
Well, if I could find a place to put a bigger track, I would love to have a track. But, yeah, at the moment, I'm just enjoying playing around and building the cars. I like buying the ready-built ones too, but I've been distracted by making my own frames and chassis and fitting the bodies to them. That's fun. So I have a few models or ready to run type cars sitting there, not getting played with because they need a little tinkering, and we have to switch channels once in a while.
And if there's a car today that you would say is your pride and joy, which one is it? Show it to us. Let us know why you think it's your pride and joy.
I knew you were going to ask that, so I brought up one that's kind of goofy. For some reason, when I started buying the plastic kits, I saw Cobras. Ever since I was a kid, who doesn't want an AC Cobra? But they were getting expensive. And I found this, and it's kind of an off-brand Reprotech. Reprotech. I got it from Pro Tinker Toys. It was like $30. Everything else was like, $80, $90 or whatever. And the stupid thing, it's kind of crude. I mean, it's got a very simple chassis. It's got a long can motor, probably more torque than it needs. When I got it, it'd been in its package for so long, the tires were flat on one side, and it literally bounced around the track. And I had to go online, and I went to the Paul Gage's calculator there and figured out tires for it. It actually doesn't run bad. It's kind of fast. I modified the front so I could put a good guide on it. So that's my favorite, just because it's ridiculously simple, but it works. Not quite as fast as an NSR, but it's fun. It drives probably the way a real Cobra does. It's got too much power, doesn't handle good, but give it a straight shot and it can go.
Yeah, 100. It's it's pretty good. Okay. Are there any questions from the other guys? Danny? Any?
I had one a second ago, but you called on me.
I'll put you on the spot.
What you're drinking, Danny?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, give me a minute. I'll think of it again.
All right. We'll move on to George.
I got one. How about your Grand National? You have a Grand National. That's a real rare car.
I do.
What year
I
is
have a
it?
full-sized one. It's an 86.
Yeah, those are nice cars. That's beautiful.
I was fortunate enough to be able to buy it when it was brand new, so it was kind of fun.
Yeah, hold on to it.
I plan to.
Is that
Yeah.
the V6? Right?
Yeah, a turbo V6.
The Turbo V6, yeah.
Yeah,
Ken
It's
Bell
fun.
makes a lot of good stuff for that car. So if you ever want
it's
it,
pretty
big little
quick.
mean car.
Yeah, I bet.
Hmm.
Anybody else? Any questions for Michael?
So it sounds like the scratch building was just a natural fit right off the bat.
Yeah, because I like building stuff. So yeah.
Do you think? I guess do you see yourself like taking that deeper? Like, is your plan to continue to jump in on Harry's proxies and continue to build different, like branch out into different types of models?
Yeah, for now, sticking with the different classes Harry runs is kind of working. So
Just
for
following
me,
his schedule.
it takes me a while to build one. I can't get one out as quick as George does. But
Yeah, George is kicking out a couple a day.
Here's my midget selfie.
nice. I saw that the other day. That was pretty cool.
I just finished painting it.
That would have taken me a month and a half just to get the time.
That one
to
was a little tedious, but you'll
put
get it.
together a little at a time. So
Yeah, I guess the reason why I asked that question is I was watching videos from that people were posting from the USA Nationals, and they were what DNA was his channel. He was interviewing Charlie Sampson, I think was his name, and some of his scratch build is a little different than what we've seen a lot from like George and Harry's channels. Some of the older vintage race cars. And I guess I had not really thought much about that, but definitely a road that would be fun to go down in the scratch building is building some of those old models.
Mark Thomas does a lot of that. He's really good at that. I've been wanting to do a few. I just haven't gotten there yet. But the one with the guide that you were talking about, I did see that video. That's he said he got that from a guy in England. That is a pretty good idea. So it's like on two wires.
Yeah.
So it's very little pressure is what it is. I thought this thing was like sliding around. That's the way you
No.
everybody sound like. So I had to go look at the video, but it's just tension wire, 50,000s wire.
Yeah.
It's just like you have a moving cap in the back and all that. Which is a pretty good idea. But like I said, there's so many different ways to see things. That's why I like seeing when everybody presents their cars. It's that, like in all the videos that I done when I was over there, it's interesting to see how somebody else thinks, because it also gives you ideas, and that's the whole beauty of it. Is everybody works off of each other. So.
No, I thought it was pretty ingenious. It's a subtle thing, but it's a pretty big thing, just to take off a little bit of edge as that car goes into the corner. So
and there is proxies on those cars for Le Mans cars with brass chassis. A lot of people do that, Marty. It's just
that's cool.
We do usually the oval track stuff because that's the stuff more. How would you say more American?
Right. Yeah.
I'm American, so it's nothing against European stuff, but You go to England, nobody's going to really be doing circle track cars except for the hot rod version that England has, which was explained by Dave R, which I never knew, by Slot R, which was cool because that was like an education. I never knew they called it hot rod, but there's a lot of cool things out there people do. You just have to look for it.
Yeah, it was just, it kind of opened my mind to the possibility. I should have known that people were building those kind of cars, and I mean, we saw some from Jim when we got the tour of his shop on the live stream the one time, and it was really creative. And Michael, with your background of design, I could see you getting really creative from the standpoint of the chassis builds and just trying new things. And so that's
one I've built so far is different.
That's why I did the midget. The midget was something, like this, a lot of brass work to do individually and then put together. This thing took probably about 8 hours to do because I had to take the individual pieces. And then what's great about the model kit, so this is from a monogram model, the body that I did. What's great about the kits, and I always tell everybody, if you don't know how to do stuff, you take those plastic pieces and all you do is copy them. And that's what I did here. They may not be exactly what they are, but they're similar to it.
Right.
And that's how you get your idea of bending stuff and where to solder. You just copy the piece and you got yourself, a chassis for a midget. It's just you just gotta.
This is my latest.
George.
There you go. That's that. See, those are the tougher ones. That's great. That's excellent work, and you got the drop arm too. Those are tough arm. That's why when Harry, I remember when you said I need a body for on the live, you need a body for a mod. Harry's like, I got one for you.
There you go.
That's what you say. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That looks really good.
Thanks.
Well done, Michael.
Yeah, amazing work. Danny, did you remember the question you wanted to ask?
I did. So you said you have a background in design and stuff. What are you using to design these chassis with?
Just pencil and paper.
Just old school.
I'm old school. Yeah.
Okay.
Pencil, paper, and sometimes it changes as I'm building it. Cut something a little different, or halfway through I decide I want to do something different. So yeah, I change on the fly. But my brain thinks about some of this stuff for weeks, and I'll be like, wait, that's what I'm gonna do. It's kind of a strange process.
I got a lot up here. I just haven't put it anywhere yet. So I was just kind of interested if you used a program or the old school way, which is, I feel like a lot of people need to go and try the old school way because technology it's kind of a handicap, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree. When I graduated college, they were just getting some computers in the design lab. So everything I was doing was pencil and paper and drawings and stuff. But in my business, we used computers. But yeah, I prefer just thinking and putting it down on paper or making a mock-up or whatever if I have to. But
in school, I'm doing an apprenticeship through work, and one of the classes I had to take was blueprint reading. And so for one of the finals was to create a blueprint, but we didn't use computers. We had to do pencil and paper to create it. So
that's what they did with engines. You blueprint and balance engines. That was the blueprinting part. Was you built an engine. Big thing. That's what always cracked me up when they're selling the car. Oh, yeah, the engine's blueprinted and balanced. Well, where's the balance sheet? Where's the blueprint? Yeah, I don't think so. You gotta have all that. They actually do balance, meaning they do weigh all the pistons and everything. It's not like, it's balance and blueprinting, man. Yeah, that's always the adage, selling cars.
Yeah, actually, this is true. Rob from Swift Slots does that a lot. He's got that old school methodology of drawing things out. Yeah, he's very technical with his stuff. 100%.
I use pictures. I'm lazy. I use photos and just like, I don't think I want to draw this out. I usually it starts popping in my mind and then I'll photo.
Yeah, don't forget my non-schematic guys.
Yeah, exactly. I could do a non-schematic Jesse
again.
Yeah.
do.
That's a
I
classic.
do look a lot.
Hey, Marty, you know they have internet programs out there that you can go and put all that in and draw a simple schematic, a real one.
Everyone's bugging
Thanks,
on
Danny.
you,
I
Marty.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
It's
Gotta
all
give
good,
Mike
man. I can take it. That's right.
I could read it, so it's okay.
Because if you guys don't, who's going to?
All right. Let's see. So I already asked you this, Michael. I'm gonna ask you on live because everyone is. Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a social media? Where can people interact with you, find you, talk to you? If they
you can find me on Facebook, of course. Everybody's on that.
Okay.
Just under my name, Michael Squire. I'm on Home Racing World. I don't even know how to get messages on that though. But I do have a YouTube channel. I don't know what the address to it is because I only use it to look at things. So if I ever decide to put up some stuff, I will come back on here and announce it. How about that?
Good idea. Good idea.
I thought about maybe doing some live things while I'm working on stuff. I don't know if anybody would care, but
actually, people will watch that. They will watch you
Yeah.
build the chassis live. I did it 2 or 3 times. I did Frank's
Yeah.
car,
yeah,
and then I
watched
did
some of yours.
that green Firebird, that green one I did with.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was one I built on camera. So I mean, on live.
Yeah.
So people like that. Actually, they will follow that because they want to see what you're doing. Because sometimes you'll get questions like, "Well, how do you do this?" or "How do you figure this out?" And by doing it live.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how I do anything. I ask other people. Home Racing World was really helpful. It's like all the videos on other people's places I've looked at. I had trouble soldering when I first started doing it, and it's mostly because I wasn't cleaning things right, so the heat wasn't transferring, and all kinds of little stuff people don't think to talk about. But pick up a torch or a soldering iron and start soldering brass. It's easy.
there you go, guys. Hear that? It's easy. You
Easy
said it,
peasy.
not me. It's easy.
Yes. You just yep. Everything's easy. Just practice makes perfect.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
Perfect practice. That's when you're doing
There
things
you go.
wrong. I haven't had a perfect practice ever. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, one of my drill sergeants told me.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
They would say that.
I believe that.
Yeah.
It stuck with
Let's
me.
see.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, here you go, Michael. Lots of people build on camera like Fans TV. So yeah, build on camera. George does a lot of lives, impromptu lives, camera, and then he answers phone calls on his lives and asks questions from the phone calls on his lives.
Michael, can you do this? That's on a live. It's there having a conversation with Raul and Danny. Conversation with him and Dave. That kind of that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because I just happened to notice my iPad pinged and said George was live or something like that. I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's talking about. So I just turned it on while I was doing something else in the kitchen.
Hey, talk about someone who's technical Swift lots in the house. There you go.
There you go.
Mr. Non-schematic is in the house of schematic, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I've lost count now. It's a lot of schematics going on
I
here.
give him a lot of credit if he does that. I don't do that. I'm lazy, like I said. If he draws everything out, that's maybe I should look at
Oh,
his
Swift
videos.
lots. He's very artistic. I saw his 3-dimensional chassis. It was very detailed. It was and it was all hand drawn. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing." Yeah, amazing. It's fascinating when people use like really like milling machines and everything to do slot car bodies. Like you don't normally see that. So he's got all of that on his channel. Very technical. But glad for him to attend. He's from the UK, so it's midnight there at this time, or 12:30 now. So people tuning in from the UK, we appreciate you. I had someone from Australia earlier here. I don't even know what time it is there, but I appreciate you as well. Thank you.
It's early afternoon there, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see. I saw it too. Right. Rice is from Australia.
Yes, Gary. We didn't realize George was live when we were talking to him. It was so funny.
Shane Shriven. He's from Australia. It's morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
What's up, Shane?
Slaka Dojo's in the house. Welcome back. Clearwater is back from vacation. Hope you had a good one, man. So that's good.
Visit Joe.
Yeah. Any more questions for Michael? Any questions for Michael in the chat? Please let us know. Otherwise, we're gonna go around and see how everyone's week was for the last week. So we'll start with Danny. Danny, you look very different from the photographs you've sent us in the past week. You've kind of lost your tan or whatever it was. So how was your week, Danny?
It was good. I had a dirty time at work. One of those days turned out good at the end. I got to bathe, so it's good. But mainly all I've done all week is work, getting ready for school. It starts on Wednesday, so get to go do electric motor class and learn about hydraulics and pneumatics. Some of it I already know, but it's for the apprenticeship, so I got to relearn it anyway. Get the credit hours for it, and so that'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to the electric motor stuff, 3-phase, and can't remember what the deal is called, the drives and stuff like that. So that'll be pretty cool. But as far as slot car stuff, the only thing I really did slot car wise was Sunday when I made that video about putting that pink foam under my track, and I'm still kind of up in the air about it. I did buy some foam board. I think that's what I'm going to use to go across the entire elevated portion to sit on top of that pink foam, just to give it a little support for the borders mainly. And I think that's the route I'm going to go. So whenever that gets there, I think it'll be here tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get to it tomorrow. I still haven't started scratch building yet. I got 3 cars to do, and I haven't even – only thing I did was true tires for that truck. That's all I've done so far. It's still sitting over here from when I showed it a couple weeks ago. But I'll get there. I still got decals to put on the Datsun. I haven't touched it. I finally got that micro saw stuff that Dave was telling me about.
Yeah, to set your decals.
Saw, micro set. Actually, it's a 4-pack kit. I probably won't need the other stuff, but I bought the whole deal, and it came with brushes and stuff, so it was cheap off Amazon. But and I bought this. I always see George building with that silicone mat, so I bought me one in black. So it came in today. So kind of Christmas for me today. That's really about it.
Very cool, very cool. That was a lot. Like, I didn't do much slot car stuff, but I saw your track looking good.
I didn't get done what I wanted to get done. I'll say that.
There you go. But still quite a bit. So I know putting foam down for a track is a lot of work, especially when you cut it and form it for beneath the shoulders. I know I did it. Half of my track is all elevated.
Well, and I don't have a hot wire like you do, so I was using a pocket knife because I didn't know where my box cutter was with the long blade. So I was like, I'm going to spend more time looking for it than actually cutting. So I just used a pocket knife.
Well, I was getting frustrated. The reason I went out and got a hot wire scroll saw is because I was tired of not cutting it perfectly square.
Well,
with a blade,
sand it and stuff.
So with the hot wire cutter, scroll cutter, I can cut it perfectly square all the time, and my measurements are perfect. Right, it's bang on, and I was like, because I had to. I am pretty much my whole track is elevated. When I start to look at it, and pretty much my whole track is in the air, and it's like 8 inches in the air, going around the Lego City and going around everything else, right? Like I was like, okay, I think I might have made a mistake here, but and also I'm going through the wall into another room, so it's like, okay, so might as well get everything that's perfect. When I cut it, I'm not thinking, variation always makes a difference. So yeah. And then I have a lot of foam work to do as well. So with the middle.
And then I did, when I started putting the foam up there and measuring stuff out and getting the angles, like the track started to smooth out a little bit instead of just using those pieces of wood, because I could actually get some nice measurements. So it helped it quite a bit just putting those foams with some real measurements there.
Yeah, and once you put the foam underneath, like when you have the full top level with foam underneath it, it will sound a lot quieter. It will be deaden it a lot as well. So it will get really nice. So that was good. Moving on to Marty. No, sorry. Go back to Danny. Did you get any new cars?
No, I haven't bought any new cars other than the Aston Martin livery for the trucks for the Global Racing League.
Did they come out yet?
No, it didn't come out yet. I just hope it.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Lost him.
He's gone.
He'll be pissed about that too. He'll be happy about that.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
All right, Marty. I guess his time was up. I wanted to hear from you.
Cutting him off, man. Cutting him off.
He'll be back.
So I've spent the last my wife and I got away for a few days, and we're both sick. So not COVID sick, but just fighting summer colds, and I don't know. It was just kind of weird. But we checked out a tennis tournament in Cincinnati and caught a Reds baseball game. So we had a nice couple days. And then I got home, and in the mailbox was that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's the 86 to 89 NSR Formula One. And I'm not super familiar with Formula One slot cars. I got a couple Scalies that are high mag cars that we play with. But that was really my first experience of driving a Formula One car around. So it got lots of laps, and it came pre-tuned. And then that was somebody wanting to test my track. John Albright sent that to me and said, "Hey, start it on 12 volts." So he's giving me a hard time about always running the track to 14.
Were they with the rubber tires on it?
Pardon?
Did you have rubber tires on it, or were they silicone when you were moving?
He put silicones on it.
Okay.
So they were super tires, and this thing performs really well. And you guys have all raced.
I have about the same thing. This thing sticks like glue, and this is rubber tires treated. So they, that's why I was asking, because those cars, period, are so fast.
Yeah. So at 12 volts, it's just shy of my track record. So yeah, it'll be fast. The problem is I did bump it up to 14 volts, and it's almost hard to control.
Cool.
Yeah,
of course he did.
So I ran about 150 laps at 12 volts before I tried at 14.
Wow.
You're not at 18 yet.
What a great car, man! What a great car. NSR really did a great job with those.
Oh, yeah.
I did get some tuning in. Finally got my fat turbo tuned and running much better. At first, that car was pretty slow. It was nice and smooth, but it was just slow. I couldn't get fast lap times, so I got to spend a little bit of time with it. And then working on fixing fly cars, that's always a challenge.
I want to show you, Marty.
Oh, did you, Michael?
There you go.
This was waiting.
That's pretty fantastic, man. I love those. The Fly Classics are so great. Let's see. What else? There's one other thing. Oh, tomorrow in the mail, I should have my first scale auto.
Oh.
Yeah. So
which one do you get?
It is a white kit. It's the new 963. What is it? The Porsche.
Oh, the Porsche
hypercar.
The LMP.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Running mate for your Toyota. You have a Toyota, right?
Yeah. It's for the SRC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to run against it. I jumped in on an order. There was some guys from Butch's track. They were placing a big order overseas for them, and so I jumped in on that order, and that they finally arrived. So it's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Very nice.
So I'm excited about that. We'll check it out.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. Doug from Magnetic Racing in the house. Stockard Jojo has a question for you, George, before we get into your week. George, what camera setup do you use?
The ones upstairs, I think I'm talking about. I was trying to type that out, but my keyboard's doing something weird. It's called the Depth camera. It's what I have. If you see above there, that cam, that's the Depth. It's a wide angle like webcam, and then a Nexigo, and I just put them in certain spots of the track to get areas of it. Then a lot of people have actually been asking me that. I had a gentleman, if he's on here, Pulver, or I can't remember his first name, Raceway. Well, anyways, he's from the Tacoma area in Washington, and he called me or asked me, and I called him, and he asked me what program I was using upstairs. And it's OBS is what I'm using, and then I use that to project the timing, on there, the screen, and then the two cameras. So it's the Depth Nexigo camera, the OBS software is what I used.
Yeah. Cool. All right, George, how was your week?
Michael, how's Michael's week? Let's go to Michael.
Michael.
My week's just fine. I mowed my lawn today.
There you go.
Did some soldering last night. No slot cars today, till now.
Excellent. All right, George, back to you.
Exciting stuff, yeah.
Me, work as usual.
Yes.
3 days of work because our crew's the only one that could get anything done. So had to do a lot of work. Just building the midget. Like I said, I showed the little midget chassis. I've been posting on the Home Racing World forum and Facebook page. So there's a monogram kit, and decided to throw that together. And I may be doing, just depends, maybe want to do a proxy with midgets. So we'll see in the future. That's why.
What scale is that model, George?
It's more 1/24th, I think they say, or I can't remember. Somebody did mention it on the Home Racing World thing. I can't remember it. It's not really 1/32. It's more looks like
it's big.
24th because they're big. Because it's cool because they come with drivers, so you have your driver already.
Oh, that's nice.
Put your driver in there and stuff. So they come really detailed. There's a lot of guys that do it. I think there's one called Loco Racing, something. They do a bunch of them. Frank Sisto showed me a picture of his on an H&R chassis, which it was just basically him using all the model parts and putting on an H&R chassis, which you could do, and that looked great. But they're open wheel cars, so one thing about open wheel cars, as soon as they make contact, we saw that with my hot rod flying, it'll launch. So you better build a good body that's going to hold together and stuff that's not going to break off, because it will get wrecked if they do any contact whatsoever. That's open wheel cars. They do that crap a lot. So and just working on that. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more work to the track. I want to put I have the last of the Scott Vargo is the one that has the North Chicago Raceway, that one that's really detailed of like Chicago. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah. I saw it.
Well, that's Scott Vargo. He did the thing called Flash Fantastic that didn't really take off. I guess people weren't that interested into it, so he stopped making them. And what it is that's what I have on the track here is the flash photography. When you go by, they flicker. So I had 2 more of those kits, so I want to do that to the track if it doesn't interfere with the sensor, and then do some scenery on the outside of it a little bit, not too much. So more to come on my track, just working here and there. As for new cars, I haven't bought anything at all. I've been kind of more on the focusing on the scratch build stuff lately. So I don't. The only thing I think maybe I would get is another poly car, and then I'd wait for that Datsun 510. That's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
And then I heard Revo Slot was coming out with the 510. Also, John Albright posted something about that on the Home Racing World's Facebook page, and I saw it. I was like, wow, that'd be pretty cool to get some Datsuns out of Revo. So
Wow.
Nice.
I guess, is that for that Group 2 class? The Datsun running the Group 2?
I don't remember. I forget. Maybe.
I mean, regardless, it'll be an awesome car. But
yeah, it'll. And I'd like to see him do some Paul Newman liveries. That'd be kind of cool too. Paul Newman was involved in that car. It'd be cool to get a couple. But I know Revo will make a lot of running mates. That's what I like about Revo. They always make alternates of that car, so you could run them together. It's not just one car and that's it. So
right.
Cool part.
Yeah,
about Revo.
it's smart.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess we've gone through everyone. My week was pretty lackluster, I guess. It was pretty fun.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday, Ro.
Thank you. Yeah, I got a couple of cars, but
A couple.
yeah, just a couple. 5 in total. But I will be releasing the video on Thursday.
Teaser.
Because
Teaser.
these cars, they're all unique. So I kind of
Mr. Bean. Did you pick up Mr. Bean?
Hey, I put a post on my community chat for anyone who can guess. If you can guess the car that is under the wraps, I will send you a personalized gift. I'm not joking. Anyone who can guess that car, I have a post on the community. There's a car under bubble wrap. If you can guess what that car is, I will send you a personalized gift from the Conquest Lair. A shirt with whatever logo you want, whatever saying you want. Yeah, if you can guess it.
There you go. There's the challenge.
And you have to guess it before Thursday. So, and you have to put it in the comments so that I know that you actually guessed it, you know?
Now we gotta know, is this Carrera? Because you always pick, so we don't, or is it anything?
Based on the picture, it's Carrera.
He don't know. He don't care.
I know what I bought, obviously, George, but I'm not. Listen,
yeah, but you always buy Carrera. That's what I'm saying. So
maybe it is. That's up to you guys. You have to look at this clues in the post.
Okay.
There's clues in the post.
You promise anything on a shirt? You said, right?
Anything, okay. Non-schematic is fine too.
Midget porn? You put midget porn?
Whatever you want. I make my own shirts. Nobody's gonna censor me for making what shirt I want. I can put a microscope on there for Danny. Whatever he wants. Anyway, yeah. So I got a couple of announcements. So obviously that is the community post. I do have the episode 4 already of the Track Tech and Toys will be coming out this week. But big announcement. Well, I don't know if I should announce this, but as I'm encroaching on the 1,000 subscribers, something that has been bothering me is like, what do I give away? And I want to say a big thank you to Sunday Slot Cars for stepping up and working with me on this. So I am going to be giving away a full Carrera analog set as a DTM Forever. Yeah. So it's the DTM Forever set. I will give it away when I hit 1,000 subscribers. And awesome. Sunday will ship it anywhere in the world for me. So, you know, so that was a big thing. And obviously, I couldn't have done it without Amanda and Billy stepping up for me to do that. So I want to thank them. Yeah, good so that was something that happened. And then the other thing is Pete and I are doing a little collab. So if you can stay up to 2:30 in the morning on Saturday night, we will do part 1, 2:30 Eastern. That's when I go live with him. I was live with him till 5 a.m. this weekend. So,
wow.
So we're going to do a part 1, and then we're going to do up the part 2 live on Monday right here. So, even if you can catch Pete live, at least, you can watch it before you watch our part 2 here. And Pete will join us next week to bring home part 2. So it is a very important topic, and we definitely want to talk about that. So that's going to happen. So please stay tuned, guys, and appreciate all the support. Third, and this I should have done first, is I want to express a lot of gratitude to this community. It's my birthday today. It's been crazy. I've got like tons of messages coming through, exploding on WhatsApp, on email, and it's all from this community. So I want to take a time to thank the Slot Vengers, very, very big, because you guys are a very big part of my life right now, and I wanted to say thank you so much to you guys for being there for me. Doing this, we've been doing this for over half a year now. We started live streaming in January, so I wanted to say thank you for that. And I'm very blessed to have this community on my back, and I feel a big part of it. So thank you once again for that. So I want to say that.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Like honestly, it's crazy. How things change in a year. Last year I was doing unboxing and reviews, and I had very few connections with a lot of you. And a year later,
some of those.
yeah, a year later it's exploding with. I don't even, I haven't done an unboxing in quite a few months, but I promise you, for this car, if you guys can guess what it is by Thursday, the unboxing that I'm doing for this car is pushing my creative skills to the next level. So it's the first time I've actually messed around with all of my cameras. So, and that's a lot of cameras. So it should be pretty exciting. So I felt very motivated to do this unboxing. So I'm excited to show the car on Thursday and then follow it up with a proper unboxing. And so that's in a nutshell what's going on with me. I also airbrushed that white body, and I have to figure out put it together. But I haven't had a chance to go to my shop to print decals or anything else, so I will do that. But I'm excited to bring that to a close on the Legend side and then move on to something else. I'm also in the process of building the Ferris wheel, so that's that's a big project on its own. But we'll be doing that live on Sundays. So I'll be doing it on Conquest Lair live. So we'll build the Ferris wheel live. So right now, I got the instructions. Thank you, Doug, for building really good instructions. So I'm actually studying the instructions because I always like to read through that multiple times, really get a plan and a strategy together before I actually start doing anything. So I'm in my process to start that build this Sunday, this coming Sunday. So that's something that we're looking forward to. I think that's the end of my roundup there.
Nice.
So let's talk about what's big and new and exciting. So, as I watch Pete's show, I get inspired. As I watch Marty's show, I get inspired. And I was thinking to myself, how can I make this live stream more about what we talk about, right? So we've been talking since day one, or Marty, myself, George, and Slot Vengers in general. We've come out and we've said, just press record, start your channels, create your content, correct? Right. But we never take the time to showcase all this content that's being created, right? So moving forward from this point onwards, this live stream is going to change a little bit in terms of how we create, what topics we discuss every week. Each one of us that's part of this live stream on a regular basis has a very clear-cut definition of where they fit in this hobby, right? So Marty, like right now, you are tuning a lot. You're very in tune with tuning. George, you're into scratch building. Danny does 3D modeling. Shotgun Dave, whose wife's birthday it is today, Otherwise, he would be here. He is into like molding and, well, he's an OG. He can do it all, as a lot of us can do. But when I say we are in tune with certain parts, I mean like that's some of our passions are in that, right? Like George really likes scratch building, etc. And then for myself, I'm a collector, so I look at new cars all the time, and also I do a lot of airbrushing, and I do bring that to the table. So what we want to do is we're gonna go around the room today. Michael, you are just you can chime in too if there's someone that's inspired you this week. You watched a YouTube video this week and you've been inspired by that person. Please mention it. And that's what we're going to be doing moving forward through these live streams, is we're going to each mention a video that we watched that inspired us, and then collectively we're going to mention one slot car channel that is an up-and-comer for the week, and we'll do a call out for that. So that's our new segment moving forward. That's what the slot car roundup, or the YouTube roundup, is all about. We get a lot of news from Dave Kennedy and that slot car guy, but nobody does what's new in the world of video. And so that's something that I wanted to bring to the table and move forward, as we have called so many people to come and start pressing record. So it's our way of appreciation. So what do you guys think about that? Let us know in the comments. I'm going to say, what do you guys think about that? Marty, George, Danny, Michael, what do you guys think about that?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact
Terrible idea. No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're all watching other content, you
Yeah.
know, and so I think it's the fact that we consume a lot of content. I consume a lot of slot car content, and
Yeah.
so there are others that every time they have a new video out, of course, everybody that's involved in this conversation, I jump at the chance, but there are lots of other people out there that might post one or two videos a month. But when they do post, I go check them out because I'm excited to see what they have to say. So, I think it's a great way to showcase some of those channels that, are dedicated to the hobby, but don't post a ton of stuff, right?
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, so it's a way for us to put. We are the ones who've been calling to action to people to do this, and there's a lot of people that come up with track ideas that do a random YouTube video and might not even have play in YouTube, but just because they created for that moment doesn't mean that video is lost. And I think that's what we need to do. Is I consume so much content, Marty, in general, whether it's cameras and slot cars. I consume it all. And I was like, well, nobody's really showcasing these videos. I mean, new videos are produced every week. Just like car news comes out every week, new videos come out every week, and nobody really showcases them, right? And I think that this is a good forum for us to start showcasing those videos, talking about them, and really what it means to each one of us as we watch them, and why anyone else should watch them. It's just our way of saying thank you to the community for doing that. And also for, inspiring maybe the next content video, right? So that's something I wanted to do, and I think it's important to do. So here we go. So let's start at the top. So Danny, I know you picked, you had a video that you had picked out to showcase.
Yeah.
So let me bring it up on screen here for a second.
Oh, you got it? I was going to put a link.
Yeah, it's right here. Sorry.
Yeah, that's definitely not it.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big. I don't know if you guys are into strongman competitions, but the Shaw Classic, Brian Shaw is a strongman competitor, 4 times world's strongest man, and he has just he competed in his final tournament, which is his. And so I will follow them a lot. All right. No, you're not Sorry, guys, I'm doing this on the fly. But anyway, this is the video that Danny wanted to talk about. So this is Hobby World. I've never heard of this before, but Danny brought him up, and he does 3D. He printed a 3D drag race strip. So Danny, take it away. Let us know why you like it, what was fascinating about it, etc.
Well, so I've never heard of this guy before either. His name's Kim, and it just popped up on my feed one day. I got a notification, and so I started watching it, and it really, like, his track, it's 3D printed, and so he made sections, and then like the borders, it looks like he made sidewalks, so it's basically a city street, and he's planning on putting buildings, and you can see on the background there that he did the city lights and things like that, but the track is literally just printed with a slot, and he used copper tape. So, and then it links together kind of like a Carrera track or whatever, but it just has the two slots and it goes together. It's pretty simple. I feel like I could probably take that and do something with it as well. So it was definitely inspiring to me to be able to see something that I've been wanting to do, thinking about doing. Someone actually did it, and I know there's others out there that have done it, but he made it look pretty easy, honestly. And so I definitely thought about doing something like that. I don't know. I don't really have the space to put a big old long drag strip, but I mean, maybe a little short drag strip, I guess, wouldn't be too bad. But just what he's doing. He's got a couple other videos that he did. He's got a routed track that he's got a bunch of 3D printed buildings and stuff that he's doing, and painting and whatnot. And he does other 3D printing stuff, not just slot cars. A full scale T800 Terminator, just crazy stuff. But the slot car stuff that he's doing is definitely awesome, and I hope that he continues to make more. It doesn't look like he's got quite a few subscribers and 67 videos, so it doesn't look like he's really been doing it that long, or he doesn't post that often. So hopefully he'll continue, because I like seeing his stuff.
Yeah, 100. It was so that was a great 3D printer that's kind of dabbling in the Slocker world, and Danny's been following up with that kind of content. And once again, we're not going to showcase just slot car channels here. We might showcase, like on the painting side, I get inspired by a lot of the Army war gaming painters out there, and some of them have really good tips for beginners. I know that I still go back and I check out a lot of their videos, just like Harry's got Home Racing World that's full of slot car content that is spanned over so many years. There's a lot of painters out there that can give you tips, even on airbrushing of cars. We're going to be stepping through and maybe sometimes showcasing channels that are not directly related to slot cars. But
and then another thing, Alex with the Axle Box, we've kind of been talking back and forth, and so I'm familiar with Tinkercad. I've used it. I'm not good at it, but we've thought about doing a video, a live together, where he basically walks me through on how to use Tinkercad. And so we've kind of picked out an item for a slot car track that we can work through together to show myself and other people how to use Tinkercad. Not just for slot cars, but for anything. But for him and I, it's mainly slot car stuff. So that's something that we need to get together on. We're both pretty busy, kids and work and things like that. So eventually, we will have that up. So something else to look forward to.
Yeah, 100%. So for my side, there was a video that I watched actually just today. And I've been following him for a while. He is a German. He represents in German, but when he does his car videos, it's just car videos and music. So this video came up today. Give me 1 second. I am going to switch to it. So Slot Car Fun is the channel. Awesome channel. He does a lot of cool stuff.
Fun, you said?
Yeah, and this one, this video itself, when he does the Lancer Delta, the reason I really liked it was the camera angles. So as you know, I really like camera angles. The camera angles were really sweet. It actually showcased the speed of the car as it moved past. I like to slow cars down a lot, as you guys know. But this guy, the speed that, and I love his track. He's got all these, like, like drift cars, when they hit the sides, he has like these little like flappy signs that the cars can tap as they go by. So it's kind of cool. But really cool video on just using simple camera angles, and can really represent the car really well. And I really love this channel's track as well. So if you get a chance to step on and go have a look at this, if you haven't subscribed to channels, every channel that we bring up here, if you haven't subscribed to it, if you like what they're doing and you like the content they're providing, please like and subscribe, right? It goes a long way for all of these guys, motivates them to create more videos. And so yeah, really, really cool video right here. And it's also not very long. I really like that too. Like less than 3 minutes, and you get the full experience of this car. So something really cool to watch.
Yeah, he's only like 48 away from 1,000. So
yeah, yeah. So yeah, his grandson says his comparison videos are solid. I was also watching his video today on that new racing car that he pulled out of the box. Which was also phenomenal as well. So great channel, like I said, good content, and maybe not all of us have seen it, so it's a good for us to showcase it. Marty, did you have any video that you wanted to bring up?
Well, not so much a particular video, but I have a channel that you're very familiar with, Raul.
Yep.
I wanted to bring up Tom Buck's channel. And the reason why I wanted to bring up Tom Buck's channel is I get, and I know you do too, Raul, and I know George does.
Is that the name?
Give me one second. I'll pull up his channel.
Tom Buck.
Okay.
And he does a ton of reviews of camera equipment, microphones, things like that. I get a lot of, how do you make your mic sound good? How do you make your camera look good? How do you work with lighting? How do you help me level up my video? And I usually send the people to Tom Buck and say he has every video for all the questions you just asked.
Yeah, so a little bit of history. Actually, Tom and his wife are good friends with me. They're the ones who got me started in my YouTube journey. By the way, I did a 10-day challenge with them. I'm part of their YouTube creator network. So yeah, I know Tom and Heather very well, and I've been on a lot of live streams with them. Actually, they were supposed to come to a live stream with us, so I will reach out to them again, and I will send this video and say, listen, they even talked about you on our live stream, so come on over, right? Because these are the guys that got me going in YouTube. I wouldn't have picked up and started press record if it wasn't for Tom Buck and Heather. So yeah, big channel, Marty, big call out.
Yeah, and the reason why is I get a lot of questions about how to do this better, right? And I love the fact that people want to improve how their track looks on camera, how they look and appear and sound on their YouTube videos. And so I spend a lot of time answering a lot of questions, and I love that. But most of what I've learned is because I was asking Tom Buck those same questions before I even started. I was starting a podcast, and he has a lot of great videos on podcasting, and so I just asked him a question, and he responded, and we've had this conversation going on ever since, back and forth. He's fantastic, very knowledgeable. He was a school teacher, and was doing this part time, and then left the job, left the school to do this full time, and it's because he does such a great job of teaching. He brings it to a level that everybody can understand, and it's great. So I would just recommend that channel. I know it's not slot cars, but we get a lot of
No,
questions.
but we don't need, like, I don't think this YouTube roundup is strictly on slot cars. That's one thing I wanted to say very clearly. YouTube is a place
better is what you're trying to do, Raul.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Better. That's
Exactly.
Yeah. We will need to level up not only on the slot car side of things. We need to level up on everything. Like if you want to be better at YouTube, you need to level up in your camera, in your audio, in your content creation, in believing in yourself. Sometimes, I mean, I've taken huge hits over this year and a half, just not really realizing what I was actually doing on YouTube. And you know, when I say that I wouldn't be doing slot car related content if Heather from who's Tom's wife, had not told me to pick one topic to work with, I might have not been doing slot cars today. Because Heather is the one who said, no, you can't do everything, pick one. And I ended up picking up slot cars. And that's the channel that I started. So if it wasn't for Heather, maybe I wouldn't be here right now. So that's funny that we never knew each other, Marty, when I brought up Tom and you brought up Tom, which was like, oh, I know who you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. So.
Yeah, good people, man. They're good people.
100%. George, did you have a channel that you want to talk about? Or a video?
I would say the one that I love the most is the Hughes Slot Car Garage SCA. He's doing the Ferris wheel thing. He's really like I said before, that guy just has fun. That's like the channel. It's, magnet cars. Who gives a shit? He's having fun. That's the whole point of it. And he's starting on the hobby real good. And he's done his own scenery. He's put his own track together. He's even done his own intro tune because he's a musician. And really, really good channel. If you guys have not seen it, very funny. He's funny. So I mean,
show me your package.
Yeah.
Right.
Woo! Stuff like that. It's really entertaining. That is an entertaining channel. All period.
Yeah,
he's a really talented guy.
He is very fun. Always doesn't take this too seriously, and that's what it's all about, right? Having fun. I think Nico, Slot Car Dude, did a really good video this week on, the one thing that he wants everyone to do is have fun, and Hughes definitely having fun with this, and his Predator jokes are crazy, but cool. But yeah. So, Michael, did you have a channel that you wanted to talk about, or somebody that's inspired you?
Sure. I like. There's a guy from England, Cleve Tech.
Oh yeah,
What is okay? I just love watching it, doing these things, and I don't know. It's like you can take ideas, even though they're totally different chassis than I'm dealing with. I always seem to pick up something from his stuff, but they're fun to watch. I like guys with accents,
like our buddy Dave.
Yep. So this is Cleve Tech, big slot car channel. Yeah. Hey, I haven't even subscribed to him. What the hell? It's because I have so many. I have so many different accounts. Okay, stop it.
Yeah, you're probably subscribed on 4 other channels.
Yeah, I'm subscribed on RaulPro.com. That's because he's one of the first slot car channels I watched. Him, Slot Car Crazy, whatever. Oh yeah. And who's Gary, which I'm hoping to meet when I tour UK next year. And Track Fans TV. They were all some of the original slot car channels I watched. And before I found MP, and then I found Travis and everyone else from there. So
the guy from Cleve Tech, though, he reminds me of the guy from Space Dog when he talks. I don't know why. If you ever seen Space Talk, you look up Space Talk, and then the voice is kind of similar. It throws me off.
That's great. Yeah, his controller videos.
They're cool.
About modifying a controller are fantastic.
There's a lot of good tech stuff. They're all very
good. Yeah. Most of it I'll never do, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So
and of course, home racing world. Everybody should go there.
Yeah. We promote Harry all the time.
Yeah.
And definitely
it's only not only Harry, really, it's everybody that's on there, because not to interrupt at all on that, on Home Racing World that a lot of people don't realize, because everybody's asking, how do you make a resin body? How do you do this? If you go to the HRW main site, it's off of the forum. It'll say HRW main site.
Okay.
When you click that, there are archives. So those things are there forever. There are articles from before it was videography, when you had to type everything when you use photos. And then there's reviews, video reviews on every car you could think of. You throw a car out there, type it up. There's a whole archive on everything, on tuning, on improving the cars. So HRW is everybody in general. And then you have all the proxy races that are on there. You have a section for just wood track. You have a section for just Carrera Digital. You have a section for Ninco. There's everything. So it's just a big, that's why I always tell you guys, join the forum. It's free. And if you want to look up something, there's always something there that you could find to help answer your question.
Yeah. Well, Home Racing World is a forum. It is a website. It is a hub of information, or repository, as we call it. So, yeah, 100%. That's definitely, if you are serious about this hobby, it should be part of your arsenal, part of your toolkit, because that's where you get a lot of like really good material. But then YouTube has a lot too as well, and that's what we're trying to showcase here as well. And Harry does a lot on YouTube. But you know, there's a lot of other, and that's the whole point of this. This is the first one that we're doing, so it's a little bit rough. We'll get better at this. And actually, we discussed this on the live stream, on George's live stream on a phone call, right? So that was done yesterday. So you guys were there when this came to life. So that's as far as we've gone. But we're supposed to choose a slot car channel of the week. We never really discussed this as a group, so I'm gonna go with my pick of the week this week. I'm gonna do an honorable mention for one of them, because give me 1 second here. Actually, let me start with the slot car channel of the week, and this one is none other than
drum roll, please.
DNA Slot Cars. And Sasha and Dave, they've done such a phenomenal job, especially Sasha has been really good on YouTube, asking all the right questions. I'm afraid to be interviewed by her, but anyway, but yeah, she was really cool at the Slot Car Nationals, and they're doing such a phenomenal job with their channel, and they are my pick, and I think majority of us would say the same, our pick of Slot Car channel of the week. So thank you for doing what you guys are doing, and continue doing it. What do you guys think about this channel? Marty, I know you watched a lot of it. George?
Oh yeah, DNA, they're doing a great job. She's just a cute kid, and it's exciting to see a kid into slot cars, and a girl. There needs to be more of that, and so promoting that is great.
Yeah. And like the recent video of her receiving her controller was really cool as well. So yeah, big shout out to them. They're doing such a phenomenal job, and a lot of content recently, daily posts pretty much. So they're really cranking it out, and I know how much it takes to create videos. So really awesome to see. And the honorable, or the shout out that I wanted to do was for a video that I watched today. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up here. I'm not very organized today. I will be much better at this next week. I promise.
Bro, I don't know why we have you here.
Why? So let me see. So my honorable mention, or my shout out, is to Ian Douglas, the winner from the Slot Car Nationals. He put out this video. It's really well done, really put together. He did an awesome job, and I want to shout out to Ian Douglas, one, for winning over the weekend, and two, for putting a video together while he was doing it. So even while he was racing and winning, he was putting together content. Isn't that amazing? I thought it was pretty cool. So, yeah. And that is the YouTube Roundup. And everyone's in silence. All right. So So I hope you guys like that. I thought it was really cool. I mean, we've been struggling a lot with a topic for every week. We kind of beating up the slot car, tuning and tips and tracks and everything else. And one thing that we were talking about was how do we keep it fresh. And I think this is really good because there's always new content coming out. There's always channels that inspire us.
Marty, I'm sorry, that comment was funny.
Sorry, I distracted George.
No, I want to see, what is this?
John Albright said that he loves his Revo slots.
I'm gonna put it up.
The moderator needs to kick that out right
now. Too late.
That's funny. That's what threw me off. Sorry.
All right. Well, Marty's true colors have shown themselves. Now we move on. Have you seen the Shadow Form channel? Hey guys, if you have channels if you want to nominate people for next week, please comment on this video. Send Marty, George, anyone of us, reach out to us. You let us know, and we can keep on looking at that.
Yeah. Can you make a shirt that says "Remove slots for John Albright"?
Marty, you know what? I'm just gonna make shirts based on your puns, like non-schematic, schematic. Now you come up with this new word that I will put on a shirt. I will put this on a shirt for you.
And then put the schematic you draw out on it.
Yeah.
I want that shirt.
Oh, that's so funny.
And Michael's like, why did I get on with these guys?
That's right. Look at my brother trying to lay claim.
Dusty's trying to take your glory away. I see. Dusty, until you come on a live show, we don't know whether you actually have figment of the imagination or exist. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. You're selling shirts already. I am going to build. I'll make this shirt. 100%. I'm going to make
stop
it.
Typing things that pop into my head. That's what I do.
No. Please do. Please do.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, so what do you guys think of this new kind of format? Let us know. If you hate it, let us know. I'm all down. Like I take positive, negative, no problems.
If you guys have any suggestions,
if you guys have suggestions for us, please, by all means, that's what we're here. That's what we're here to do. If Dave was here, you'd add a little bit more to this as well. But yeah, that's what we're about. We are the Slot Vengers. We do want you to press record. We are going to be watching. We're going to be picking up videos that really appeal to us, and we'll be presenting them every week. So there you go. You're selling shirts, Marty.
The top selling shirt on Conquest Layer.
I think the non-schematic shirt needs to be like the schematic put on the back, and then have like a couple crayons laying there, and then be drawn, look like it's drawn in crayon.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Marty.
Take the mic away from me.
That's all good. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. Unless you guys got stuff to add or you have any questions. If anyone in the chat has some questions, let us know. Yeah. Michael, how was your experience hanging out with four of us?
We apologize.
I'd do it again. Good times. Good times.
Glad to have you, Michael.
Yeah.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you for scratch building.
Thanks for driving my car.
Broken crayons.
That's right.
John Albright has wished us good night. Appropriately.
Yeah. Run away.
That's great.
People are designing the shirt. They want Marty's face on there with a Reba slot. And I said, you know who's going to be upset with you? Slaughter R is going to.
I know. Yes, he's the one. He's the Revo slot
Yeah.
He's not on either.
No, he's not.
It's
He's
too
not.
late. He's asleep.
He's asleep. You can only do this so many times.
He's
That's
probably
right.
still recovering from the weekend. He has the week off, right? He went on to the show, right? He was doing a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a festival or something.
Yeah. Well, if that's all we got for tonight, folks, we appreciate all of you coming by, hanging out with us. George, Marty, Michael, thank you. Danny, thank you for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. And hang out with me on my birthday. So we'll
Happy
stay in
birthday.
touch. Thank you. We'll stay in touch. And like I said, please reach out to us. You have our connections. If not, just comment on this video. I always pick up the comments. Let us know what shirts you want and what YouTube channels and what YouTube videos you want. But until next week, guys, stay safe and have fun on rails. Take care.
See ya.
See you guys.